Hi students, we are going to discuss regarding the accessory organs of the skin. Okay, that is the hair, skin glands as well as the nails. Okay, this hair, okay, that will be present throughout the body except the palm, finger as well as the soles, which is mainly made up of, that is the shaft as well as the root. Clear? If you see this shaft and the root, which is again having three layers. Okay, see the first one you will call it as inner medulla layer. See, this is 2 to 3 rows of irregular cells. Okay, 2 to 3 rows of irregular cells. Okay, the inner medulla. Okay, this is one of the layer of this shaft and the root. Okay, and the next one is the middle cortex. Okay, the next one is the middle cortex. This is another layer of this shaft and root. See, which is consisting of elongated cells. Clear? Which is having the elongated cells. And the third type of cells you will call it as a layer, you will call it as a cuticle, that is in outermost layer, which is consisting of, that is a single layer of thin flat cells. Okay, which is thin flat cells. Okay, which is almost keratinized. Clear? See, these are the mainly three layers of the shaft as well as the root. Okay, surrounding the root, okay, you are having, that is hair follicles. Okay, mainly surrounding the root you are having the hair follicles. Okay, this is okay, little bit regarding this hair. Okay, next we'll discuss regarding the skin glands. Okay, the skin glands. Skin glands is of two types, that is sebaceous gland. Okay, that is sebaceous glands, and next one is sweat glands. Okay, sebaceous glands as well as the sweat glands. Okay, we'll see regarding this sebaceous glands. Okay, what is this sebaceous glands? Okay, this sebaceous glands, which is nothing but, which is secreting portions, are lies in the dermis. Okay, mainly the secreting portions that are present in the dermis and opens into the hair follicle. Okay, opens into, that is hair follicles. See, what is the use of this sebaceous glands? Okay, see, that means the sebaceous gland secretes sebum. Clear? The sebaceous glands is going to be secreting this sebum. This sebum, if you see, which is made up of triglycerides plus cholesterol, proteins, which is made up of proteins plus inorganic salts. Okay, this is the composition of the sebum. Okay, that is triglycerides, cholesterol, proteins as well as the inorganic salts. Clear? See, sebum prevents the skin from drying. Okay, prevents the skin from drying and also prevents the evaporation of water. Okay, prevents the evaporation of water from the skin. Okay, these are the two main functions of this sebum. Okay, prevents the skin from drying and also prevents the evaporation of water from the skin. Okay, this is regarding the sebaceous glands. Okay, next we will see regarding the sweat glands. Okay, next one is the sweat glands. Okay, releases sweat onto the skin through the pores. Clear? See, mainly releases sweat. Clear? See, it is of two types again. Okay, these sweat glands releases the sweat, clear, through the pores. Okay, it is of two types, that is eccrine and next one is apocrine. Okay, eccrine, and next one is the apocrine. Okay, what is this eccrine and what is this apocrine? Okay, this eccrine that will be present throughout the skin. Okay, that means throughout the skin this eccrine type of sweat glands will be present, and apocrine that will be present in the skin of axilla and in case of groin, and next one is beard of face. Okay, beard of face as well as in the subcutaneous layer. Okay, mainly present in the subcutaneous layer. This will be present in case of the dermis. Clear? See, this type of sweat glands will be present in the dermis. This type of glands will be present in the subcutaneous layer. Okay, this type of sweat glands will be useful in regulating the body temperature as well as for the waste removal. Okay, see, and next one is, this is going to be stimulated during emotional stress, only during the emotional stress as well as during the sexual excitement. Okay, during the sexual excitement this is going to be released. Okay, this is regarding the sweat glands. Is it clear? So if you see these sweat glands, it is of two types, that is eccrine as well as the apocrine. See, eccrine means that is present throughout the skin, and this will be present only the skin of axilla, groin, beard. Okay, it is present in the dermis and it is present in the subcutaneous layer. See, this function is mainly regulating the body temperature as well as the waste removal, and this will be released during the emotional stress as well as during the sexual excitement. Okay, this is regarding the skin glands. Okay, and the next one is, you're also having one more gland apart from these sweat glands. Okay, that you will call it as ceruminous glands. Okay, that is ceruminous glands. Okay, if you see this ceruminous glands, this is, you will call it as a modified sweat gland. You will call it as a modified, okay, sweat gland that will be present in the external ear. Okay, this is, you will call it as ceruminous glands. You will call it as modified sweat glands that will be present in the external ear. Clear? See, that means combined secretions of sebaceous as well as ceruminous glands. Clear? Both, that is sebaceous secretions plus this ceruminous secretions together will be secreting, that you will call it as cerumen. Okay, that is cerumen. This is also call it as a ear wax. Is it clear? So you all know that the ear canal is going to be secreting the wax. I told you. See, that ear wax you will call it as cerumen. Okay, this cerumen, that is from the ceruminous glands as well as from the sebaceous glands. Okay, these two together which will be producing this cerumen, or you will also call it as a ear wax. Okay, this which will be preventing the entry of foreign particles into the ear. Clear? And the next accessory organ, that is the nail. Okay, if you see this nail is a plates of lightly packed, hard, dead, keratinized epidermal cells. Okay, these are very hard and this is a dead, okay, keratinized epidermal cells. Okay, what is this nails? These are hard, dead, keratinized epidermal cells. Okay, see this, each nail consisting of free edge, body and nail root. This consisting of free edge, consisting of body, and which consisting of nail root. Clear? See, next one is, what is the main use of these nails? Helps to grasp and manipulate the small objects and protects against the trauma to the ends of the digits. Okay, see, these are all the functions, that is grasp and manipulate the small objects. Grasping means what? Which to pick up the objects. Okay, grasping as well as manipulating the objects, and protects against the trauma to the ends of the digits. Okay, this is all different accessory structures of the skin, and next we'll discuss regarding the different functions of the skin. Okay, we'll see what are the different functions of the skin. Okay, the first one is, this will be, that is thermoregulation. Okay, the function of the skin is thermoregulation. See, what is meant by this thermoregulation? That means for regulating the body temperature, this skin will be useful. How this skin will be regulating the body temperature? Okay, by two ways. That is, the first one is liberating the sweat. First thing is by liberating the sweat, which will be regulating the body temperature, and next one is by adjusting the flow of the blood. Okay, by adjusting the flow of blood in the dermis. Okay, by these two ways, what happens, that is liberating the sweat as well as by adjusting the flow of the blood in the dermis, which will be regulating the body temperature. See, that means if there is a high environmental temperature, see, suppose the first condition, if there is high temperature in the environment, okay, you assume that if there is very high temperature in the environment, then what happens, automatically our body, or high environment or during exercise, what happens, our body is going to be secretes more amount of sweat. Is it clear? See, if it is secreting more amount of this sweat, then automatically which will be decreasing the body temperature. See, and not only that, here what happens, the blood vessels dilate. Clear? See, and what happens, which will be increasing the heat loss from the body. Clear? See, I told you by two mechanisms, that is by liberating the sweat as well as by adjusting the flow of the blood vessels. Clear? See, here in case of in the environment, if the temperature is too hot or during exercise, what happens, from the sweat glands more amount of the sweat is going to be released, so that inside our body the temperature is going to be decreased. And next one, what happens, if the temperature is high in the environment, automatically the blood vessels in the dermis is going to be dilated, so it is going to be increasing the heat loss from the body. Clear? See, if the temperature is cool in the environment, okay, then what happens, the things is going to be reversed. That means very less amount of the sweat is going to be secreted, so to increase the body temperature. And next one is the blood vessels is going to be contracted, so which will be decreasing the heat loss from the body. Okay, this is how the skin is going to be regulating the body temperature. And the next function, we will call it as the protection. Okay, the next function is protection. Is it clear? See, that means from various ways it is going to be protecting. That is, suppose with the help of keratin, so it is going to be protecting from the microbes, okay, and from the heat and from the chemicals. Clear? And next one is with the help of the lipids, which is going to be prevents the evaporation of water. Okay, and next one is with the help of sebum, what happens, prevents the skin from drying. Clear? Preventing the skin from the drying. And okay, and next one is, next other two types of cells. Okay, that is you are having, that is Langerhans cells. Clear? I told you, which will be present in the epidermis. Clear? See how it is protecting, that is by immunological response. Okay, this is acting like a phagocytic cells. And next one is specifically you are also having the macrophages, that is in case of the dermis. Clear? See, if you see two types of cells, that is Langerhans cells and macrophage cells. Okay, these two types cells that will be present in two different layers. Mainly these two types cells act like a immunological response. Okay, and the next function is, that is cutaneous sensations. Okay, next one is cutaneous sensation. See, that means it is going to be for the touch, pressure, vibration, tickling, warmth and coolness, and also to the pain. Clear? See, that means the sensations is going to be detected with the help of the skin. That is cutaneous sensations to what? To the touch, to the pressure, to the vibrations. Clear? And coolness or to the warmth. And next one is also to the pain. Okay, this all is going to be sensed with the help of this skin, that you will call it as cutaneous sensation. Okay, next you will call it as a excretion and absorption. Okay, for next function is excretion and absorption. Okay, what is going to be excreted and what is going to be absorbed here. Clear? See, if you see the sweat removing water and heat from the body. Clear? If you see the sweat which will be removing the water from the body is clear. Apart from that, which can also excretes, that is mainly the salts. Clear? Excretes the carbon dioxide. See, excretes the ammonia, and also which is going to be excretes the urea. Is it clear? The sweat not only excreting, that is water from the body, which is also removing these salts, carbon dioxide, ammonia as well as the urea. Clear? See, absorption. See, absorption of water soluble substances which is negligible, but absorption of lipid soluble substances can be penetrated easily through the skin. See, that means if you see like vitamins. Okay, what type of vitamins? That is lipid soluble vitamins, that is A, D, E, K. Okay, these type of vitamins which can be easily absorbed through the skin, and also oxygen can be absorbed, carbon dioxide can be absorbed, and apart from that, some of the toxic substances like acetone. Okay, the next one is lead, mercury, okay, arsenic, or some of the toxins. Okay, these type of toxins can also be absorbed through the skin. Is it clear? See, this is going to be excreted or removed from the body, and these are all going to be absorbed from the skin, through the skin. Okay, this is all regarding the different functions of the skin. Okay, this is all about the skin. I hope you have understood this class. Thank you so much for listening this class.